Hello and welcome to my Skyrim stream. Let's get into the actual game so the audio is a little lower than normal. As I was saying, welcome to the stream. Sorry I was a little late, both how I normally started and whatnot, but had to get some food. As I said in my whatnot, I am planning on becoming a... As I was saying, welcome to the stream. Sorry, I was a little... I'm planning on becoming a homeowner. The last stream I had, Hunt asked if I had any plans, and during the time, I have decided that I am going to work up, get two homes. One, most likely in Barcree, and the other in Solitude. But hello, Zesty and Delta. Creator, glad to have you guys here. So, we are going to start with this Silent Moon Camp bounty, which will,
you know what's wrong.
Once we get outside, we are to hunt down and get a sword for a person here. Then after that, we're most likely going to head off to Solitude to start working on gaining some reputation there to become the Thane, which will allow me to purchase houses there. Loading screens aren't being too bad today, which is nice. Also, no, it's not Solitude that has the boy that is looking to bring the Dark Brotherhood. But we should have some food so that I have my full stamina and I'm not hungry. I'm now well fed, a little cold, but that is how it is. Map up. So we've got two missions. This one is Rodan's Retreat, is where we're finding the family sword. This is just a bandit leader mission. So I'm gonna take that one. It's over there. Let's bushwhack a little bit, not take the normal path. Definitely going to walk around the water just because I'm not sure if getting wet will cause any issues with my cold weather, whatnot, so that's not to try anything. I'm definitely wanting to avoid what looks like the elephant tusk on the top, because that is a mammoth camp, and that is right over there with the mats of fire. And most mammoth camps also have a giant or two, and those are definitely something that are hard to fight. And I can... This wolf infected me with rock joint, which will ink skill. Not seen anything there just yet, but I'm gonna switch it so I have some better arrow, weapon, axe, and a sword. Axe and a dagger. I'm definitely going to have to talk to somebody back at Whiterun, probably the priest, one of the priests, to see if they can heal my rock joint. They're only the ones that can do it, and that was a crab. Spin around a little bit to see if there's anything else. And right over here near the mountains is the Silent Moon camp. It's one of the abandoned camps that are nearby. They have a specialized blacksmith table that allows you to do extra damage when at nighttime, basically, while the moon's out. But since things get a lot more difficult and dangerous at night, I usually try to sleep then, and definitely wasn't that stealthy, so they all heard me. So yeah, and they have a person that can cast a lot of magic. And they are
bastard!
taking off my dagger just so that I have healing, because that heals.
Do your work!
Point, man. So, probably the rock joint reduces the amount of health I can have because of the dark bars on either side of that. Because I'm being sniped, I am going to switch over to the arrow that I got. Last stream, and that's a little better, and it has a enchantment that when I kill if I kill an enemy within 3 seconds, which I haven't been able to do with either of them, I get a, okay, so that one I was able to kill, but as there was a sign that said no soul gem large enough, that means I don't have any black soul gems. Those are the size of soul gems that can capture a human soul. So I am now cold, which reduces my total health. Cold can cause me to move slowly, standing by a fire, or moving into a warmer area to warm up. Sun or snowflake icon near the compass indicates if you're getting warmer or colder. Right, that I will be able to warm up after looting. Probably should have sold some of my items. Drop those. And come over here and enter the Silent Moon's camp. This should, yep, there's a nice little fire, so I can spend a little time right beside this. Definitely taking up all the meat since I have booze every morning. Yes, Lee is here. You are.
I know I heard something.
That person definitely didn't see me and ran straight at me, which... So that person right here, this bandit that I just shot their dead body, was the bandit leader that I had to kill. Hey, Scott, rinse, repeat. Welcome in. The loot goblin in me always is in pain, leaving various items on the ground, which probably after this 2 bandit camps that I fight, I'm probably going to hire a companion of some sort, simply so that they can A, help me fight, and B, carry a bunch of loot, as long as I don't end up killing them, which definitely can happen. Leave the flower.
Killing me, talks to me like that again.
Still have one.
Poisonous meat.
Bandit, which looks to be and let's drop the didn't mean to drop the fishing rod, so I'm picking that back up, and I'm going back upstairs. Since this area is mostly clear, I'll be able to have a brief nap, which will allow me to most likely regain a little health, as well as heal up some. I am this time going to take a little magicka, just so that when I am doing restoration magic, I have the abilities to spend more time healing. And let's go with, don't want to go with dual fury because I'm probably not doing very many two-handed fighting, so I'm doing that. Did you beat Delta's run, Scott? Also, hey, Krusty, welcome in. Was it a good run or not a good run? Good first attempt for us, but alright, so here is another lunar. So the lunar iron mace that has the so while the moon's out, targets burn for 10 points. This is a enchantment ability. Oh wow, 116. That is a, or 114. That's a really good run. You probably know what Delta is doing Monday. He's probably going to try to beat that, or he might be see that being as a time that he can't really defeat and leave it there. Potions, but as I was saying, this enchantment is one that you virtually can only get and make from this camp, which is a bit of an interesting idea. Kind of wish they did that a little more here, but this is always good to take as much as we go because it doesn't weigh anything. Food. Back up to Skyrim. So this is a petty soul gem. That is one of these sizes that you can get, and as you can see, it says it's filled with a petty soul, which is something like a wolf or a mud crab, just a small animal. And so when a weapon runs out of the enchantment bar, which there, as you can see, it's about a third or a quarter way empty. Once that runs out, the enchantment ends, and you have to refill it. So that's one way to use the gems. The other one is just simply making new enchantments. But they're always good to have, and I'm always of the idea of when you come to a bandit camp and you're hard to... Yes, you're supposed to kill the bandit captain, but if there's still some people there, they're going to wander around and cause problems later, so that's best to leave that. So I'm gonna pick up this lunar mace. Yeah, this is the lunar forge. You don't get anything from that, nor do I get anything from picking up the light armor forging, because I was able to do that at another chest. Pick up both of those simply because they will give me more. I'm able to sell them a little more, and need to lose a little weight. This is a value. I'm gonna drop the don't need the lung. So these have two different strengths of enchantments, which probably means when they were made, a different size soul gem was used within the enchanting process, which will help the size of or power of it. But enchanting is really not something I am getting too far into this game. I'm probably staying away from there. I'm just gonna eat a little bread. That'll make it so I'm now no longer under any weight restrictions, and simply because I am now so this is just a fire and I can't cook with it, so I am going to run back to Whiterun, do a little selling of some of the gear I have, and then go to the next one. But yeah, the speedruns are fun to watch. Yeah, they're a lot of the things that I also have forgotten about Skyrim 2 Scott, and I only really remembered that I had it after watching a few YouTube videos of another YouTuber who kind of broke the game doing the restoration enchanting loop, where you build you make potions that increase your potion strength, drink those, do that again, then make an enchanting potion, do the enchant gear so that you make better potions, then do the same for some enchanting gear before, and then once you have those numbers to a high enough number, you increase like your one-handed abilities or your sneak, so that I saw in one video a person had the ability that his armor allowed him to do about 200 million% more damage with one-handed weapons, which just means he one-shotted everything. And just if you're running around having fun, that can be a little fun. Yeah, 2010 2010, no, not 2010. It came out 2011, 2012 area. Because I remember hearing about it from my first job.
I don't claim to be
and
the
that
best
was
blacksmith in
my first
Whiterun.
real job.
Yorland Greymane's
I had a
got
couple
that
other
one.
ones before that.
Man steel
but
is legendary. The finest weapons in
yeah,
the
2011, 2012 area. Yeah, you can still, like, if one wanted to be, you can allow yourself to turn into a vampire witch. I think it's a vampire lord now is what you end up being called, but that's from a different DLC. I know when I was playing the
Forget to check
Oblivion,
inside
the
shop
game
if you need
before
anything.
this, I got turned into a vampire, which was actually
You look a bit.
really
You sure you should
nice because I was playing a.
You know what's wrong with Skyrim these
That's
days?
part of the Dark Brotherhood, the Assassin's group.
Got
so
something for
one of
just
the
about everybody in here.
abilities
Give a
that you
holler if
had
you have any questions.
of basically detect life made things
Every
really
trinkets,
useful,
odds and
so
ends,
I could
that sort of thing.
see where people were as I was sneaking around. And let's just see what else. And this is like most games, you do have to worry about how much gold the seller you're going to has, so you can't just sell, like, buy everything from them. They run out of gold. So as a werewolf, that, like, you can be turned into a werewolf or you can be turned into a vampire. The werewolves were from the companion storyline, which I've started a little bit, but since I don't really want to become a vampire right now, that definitely could use cure disease. But both are in the game. Vampires, I believe, came out a little later in a DLC. Werewolves were part of the main game. But let's that. Now I am no longer a rock joint. Or I might have resisted rock joint, but still, always good to have that, as well as selling a bunch of my gear so I don't have as much carry weight. Now let's head up to the tavern, see if I can find somebody there to hire. Banner Mare.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything, or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
If it's work you're looking for, Hulda's the one to
The
talk to.
security in Whiterun is terrible. Shameful is what it is.
Okay, so I can't. Then, yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm not too sure, because I know you can go through a quest to get become a werewolf, but I'm not sure.
Think you can go blade to blade with me? You'd be
One
dead
way
in
or the
6
other.
seconds.
Not sure I can hire either of you, and
Good.
I don't really
Chat
want to.
time's over.
Wait, never mind. I am going to rock instead of unequip. And yep, no longer that. Let's fight
Keep
you.
walking,
You must
Sofka.
really look.
The heat of
Like
the
to
battle
fight.
is the fire that forges the strongest blades. It's an old Nord proverb. That, and a true Nord never misses a chance to test her worth.
Think you can take
And why not? I could beat anyone in this city, barehanded. 100 gold says I knock your hide to the ground.
But then he went quiet.
You're on.
Just fists, no weapons, no magic, no
I think this
crime.
allows me to hire.
Let's go.
Her?
Come on. Never should have come here.
Now I think it's my time. 12 Skyrim's on the This is Skyrim's
Start wailing on them like
Damn
good
you.
bar fight. And because I don't want to lose this brawl, and I'm going to cheat a little by drinking a potion. They didn't say that wasn't against the rules, just magic with no weapons.
Come on, let's see you put up a fight.
There. Now let's talk to you again.
Now that's what I call a punch. You got me.
Great, now can I... think I earned that. Oh,
You're no liar. Best fight I've had in years. There
Great.
you are.
see if I can hire you now.
You're someone who can
yes,
get
I can.
things done. Let's not waste any time.
Just need you to beat you somebody unconscious before you agree to help me, which is a little... probably not to the knee, but definitely will catch some... arrows, and let's do some... Actually, from this game, the arrow to the knee, one of the guardsmen that you walk by will say, I used to be an adventurer till I took an arrow to the knee, which, if I believe is correct, is somewhat of a saying of, I used to be an adventurer before I got married. The arrow to the knee was the, cheeky way of saying that they proposed and got married to someone, is what I think I heard online. Probably could have turned into bounty, so I have one less. The good old Skyrim of sliding down the rock slide. And there we go. No fall damage, because I technically didn't fall. Change. Move my custom map marker over there. And continue walking along with... Where is my companion? You decided not to walk off the side. Okay, you didn't. You decided not to walk off the cliff instead.
I'm still here.
I need to trade some
What do you
things
need to
with
take?
You. Definitely not going to take anything from you, but it's nice to see that you have a key to a house that I could, if I so wished, end up. I don't want to quit this. I want to give. Ingredients. All the various ingredients, which isn't food. Okay. Now I have a little more space.
Let's go.
To be able to carry yourself. Plus, you're going to be my pack meal and pseudo fighting companion. And I need to switch up a little. Glad I was able to, at least with this stream, not have any audio issues like I did yesterday, when I did a surprise Gambit stream, which definitely the next time I do one of those, I'm not going to be pumping it through OBS like I am doing with Skyrim, because there was definitely some lag, and I'll leave those people alone because I don't really want to fight the Thalmor just yet. And now peckish. That means let's have a little food. As well as almost certainly with the that one, muting myself a little more, because if people go back and watch that stream, definitely by the end I was very not nice to people, and I definitely know myself. That's how I get when I do that. Oh, this is not the place that I want to go, I think. This is... Yes. I am going to just not be a typical Nord, and instead of fighting those people, I am going to continue running past them. Hopefully they don't get too pissed off. Definitely don't have wine tonight, but I have... Oh, great. Okay. That's not how I wanted to do it. I have mead, which fits with this game a little more, plus broke the fork that I had put part weight in so I didn't lose too much. Yeah. That's true. I know myself, I definitely can and do get toxic. I try to keep myself from not or letting it or muting myself so that I'm not spreading the toxicity, because that is definitely not what people usually go to some streams, but there are some things that get me competitive, and that brings out that in me, so I probably will just next time, at those times, do a good old mute my mic so I am in a better position. And two mud crabs. I'll use some healing magic to heal my health bar up. And my companion, really hope, hasn't walked off a cliff or charged into that heap behind us to fight everyone, because there will probably have died. Which is basically just Skyrim's rat. They only give us a... Yeah, okay, there she is. She just didn't want to walk down the side of a cliff. And this is the retreat that has the sword that one of the gentlemen back in Whiterun was looking for and had hired us to. And sacks for various food items. And in a bit of a twist of how I normally play Skyrim, I am going the route of heavy stealth, which is people can't say I wasn't stealthy if there's no one around. Because you were acting. Pick up some of the dog meat. I've been meaning to get into learning the guitar myself, but just never. I haven't really found somebody where I live that can teach it, but that's pretty cool. My mom used to play the drums a lot. At least not in any like bands outside of high school. But that's not what that I have, or at least can pick up. My middle sister played the flute and piccolo. I personally, and that's number 4. That is death number 4. But as I was saying, my middle sister learned how to play the flute and piccolo. I learned how to play the clarinet. That was the instrument I learned to play with in high school.
What was that?
And there we go. The petty soul that I had that was empty just got that dog soul. I trapped it. It can no longer go to heaven.
That's the best, huh?
I heard a little bit that like various instruments also translate pretty well on that sort of side of things. For I think clarinet and the saxophone transfer over pretty well. And I thought about switching over to the saxophone in high school, but I stayed with the clarinet. Huh. I can't remember the name of the song, but there was one song that my clarinet teacher had me learn that it was about a 7-minute song that as you started playing, you disassembled your clarinet till it was just the mouthpiece, and you were the way you changed the notes was just covering part of the mouth hole. And he was like, yeah, this was the piece that I learned and memorized so that I could join the Calgary Philharmonic Orchestra. Let's have you learn it. I'm like, great, thanks. I'm in grade 10. You had like all of high school and university of stuff to learn that. And now you want me to learn this song. But I did end up learning it, and it was kind of good, but because you charge in, I definitely don't want to put an arrow in your back.
Already, so I can take it. Your word. Can't wait to count out your coins.
Ooh, yeah. And that is one of the issues with having a follower. You can definitely... Yes, in Calgary, he was a clarinet teacher and part of the Calgary Philharmonic Orchestra back in...
We've stopped. What is it?
Early 2000s, 2010 area. I definitely don't remember his name. I stopped
What do you need
playing
to take?
band stopped being part of band after grade 11 area. Grade 12. But
Let's go.
and that's one of the good things about just like picking up random books. You sometimes will learn various skills, so it's always good to at least pick them up, because that considers you read them, and then can go about having that bound sword tome book is nice. That's a conjuration spell that you can conjure a sword to do damage with, but I know a few people who did the who quit band in junior high as well across. Hey, Delta, how's it going? Happy anniversary. I'm surprised you're not with Delta Life, or did you spend enough time with it? Or with Delta Life and you're now doing something else? Both of these quests over. Switch over to my...
Come on, let's see you put up a fight.
Okay, yeah, we both... Oh, last week. Okay, yeah, I just saw it in Discord, so I was wondering if that was today or whatnot, but still, happy anniversary, even if it's belated. Yes. Yeah. And there's that... These boys were not happy that I took down that box. And I'm not seeing the other box, so, or wolf, so I'm gonna leave it alone and whatnot. I take it you saw the Elon Paul's stream? I didn't, but people were talking about how he got a 114. Which is pretty impressive. Somebody running in circles, trying to head back to Whiterun. Which, always best to get back onto the road, so I'm gonna run along. Yeah, the graphics when it first released were pretty impressive, and there are some creations that allow you to boost the graphics, and I do have a couple with this. I do have a few creations or mods on it. Here, definitely the survival one, and then the backpack that I'm wearing, as well as making the night times a little more spooky, but that's as far. Yeah, I'm definitely down for Apex tomorrow, even like if it's middle of the day and you want to do some Apex. Since it's Canada Day, I am trained. I have the day off, so I will be I'll be around all day to do whatever. And then actually Wednesday, I will also be off of work, mainly because I have a interview Saturday, or Wednesday, so I took the day off because they wanted to have it at 10:15, which is fine. I just kind of preferred it to be later in the day, sort of like 1 o'clock or after 3, so I could have done the full day of work, but that wasn't how that happened.
You found it. I've been looking for that blade for months.
And
you took on all those bandits yourself?
well, not myself, but I definitely had someone
my father
helping
had a
me.
favorite sword and shield technique. Let me teach it to you in honor of his memory.
Thanks.
Right then.
I think that's all I got from him. I don't know if he paid me some or nope, he just taught me
Alfred,
some
patron
tricks
of the great clan,
and boosted my abilities. Yes, I am sure. But once I go, well, I'm walking past you. You're the one who's stopping. That's totally fine, Delta. That's all good. So. I'll probably just stay at home and warm up the ribs that I got from my city's Rib Fest Friday, which was good.
The Jarl
Killed
is,
the
as you can imagine,
bandits at the
very
Silent
busy.
Moon camps because of the
Excellent.
bounty.
You've done us a great service. Here is your reward. Enjoy your visit to Dragon's Reach.
I should have picked up some ketchup chips when I was at Walmart today, but I didn't. Those and salt and vinegar chips are my 2 favorite chips. But they are definitely good. Let's see. Activate. Oh, that is a. Yeah. Let's do that.
Do the elves take their homes?
And active effects. So I'm fatigued. I definitely need to sleep. Hunger. Not sure what that. The Talos effect, yeah. Shots are reduced by 20%, which wasn't too much, but the lack of curing diseases are good. There was one of the chip companies in Canada had for a while, back in 2011, 2012, there was the latest ruffled chips.
I never thought they would
that
actually
was
let me
sun-dried tomatoes and vinegar, I want to say, and they were amazing. They were every time the person. No, I definitely should have slept more than just an hour. I'm gonna sleep for 12 hours because it's nighttime. But every time the old Dutch guy came in and was restocked.
First place.
I didn't buy out my center because I worked at a gas station, but I would buy 50 to 60% of those chips and eat them, and then they stopped bringing them in after a while. And I talked to him, and I'm just all like, "Hey, is there any reason why we're not bringing them in, whatnot? They were always really good, and all Dutch just weren't seeing enough of enough people buying them to see this as a reason to continue that series. So they discontinued it, which was disappointing.
nip in the
but
air.
I can understand why they did that. Which chips are you talking about, Krusty? The all dress or? And depending on where you go to visit in Canada, the culture is vastly different. The culture in Ontario, Quebec area is vastly different to that in BC or Alberta. Even the culture between BC and Alberta, which are right beside each other, are pretty differently. The best
Need a
way
ride?
to
Where do you want to go?
say, going to Solitude.
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
Between, like, Alberta, the culture there is kind of like
First time
Texas.
Solitude?
Our,
Beautiful old city, capital of Skyrimming.
that's
but I'm
from
sure
the people that I know from Texas. The culture in Alberta is pretty much the same. Which, oh wow, I famished. I probably should have eaten something before we took that carriage ride. So let's see what's. I'm gonna leave you because the increased slow health is very good. So I'm gonna eat 2 potatoes. I don't have very many commands or any real commands set up, Delta, but enjoy your work. Glad to have you. Let's. Yes, I'm gonna talk to.
I welcome you, friend.
Take a look.
See what weapons, what. Yeah. Yeah. The Maritimes PEI area is somewhat where I want to end up moving. So if I get this job that I'm applying for, this will make moving a lot easier in a couple of years, simply because I'll be able to take the
May your road lead
experience
you to
I
warm
have
sands.
and then just taking a test in New Brunswick, that area, and would be able to do that work there instead of Alberta.
They can't hurt Uncle Rogvir. Tell them he didn't do it.
Positions.
Sorry, you need to go home.
Go inside so we don't see the little fan or whatnot's happening. And let's talk to this person.
Welcome to the Winking Skeever, friend. I've heard Jari Ra's hanging around the Wells district, looking for new blood to hire.
Alright, that
Remember the Winking Skeever? Next up,
will help me.
Sore.
Get some work. One other thing that Canada has that the States don't have are Kinder Surprises, which are actually quite good. And I remember when my sister was living in, eldest sister was living in BC, she
You're passing
heard
through
of
Solitude?
a.
Maybe you're looking to make some easy gold, yes?
there was a joint U.S. Customs, Canada Customs raid on a house near the Canadian-American border that was smuggling Kinder Surprises into the States, because supposedly there is a bit of a black market for Kinder Surprise candies, which is a little nuts.
It's easy to find things to sell. Things nobody
Also, just
will
the
miss.
fact that you
Things
can't
from
buy or get
just left
Kinder
lying around in
Surprises in the
someone's
States,
house.
I find is a little nuts.
I bet the two of
and
us
the reasoning
are very
behind
alike.
is
So
it
why
is
not take the
considered
next step?
a
We can
choking
help each
hazard
other. My sister
due to
Deja and I
the
are treasure
toy
hunters.
inside
We like
the
to collect things.
boot.
I knew you looked like a clever one. With the war, many more ships come through these docks, loaded with weapons and pay, but few people, and they pass through dangerous waters.
Oh, so this is
We have an
right.
interest in one of those boats,
Interesting.
the Ice Runner. The Solitude Lighthouse will be guiding it in, but if its fire were to go out, the Ice Runner would run aground. What an interesting idea. I think if someone were to do something like... Yes, if someone were to put out the lighthouse fire and then meet me on the docks afterwards, I could certainly direct them to that loot. You look new. I'm new too. I think we could be friends.
Alright, let's go put out the fire in the Solitude Lighthouse and then help somebody steal some loot off of a wrecked ship. That sounds like fun. Map. I want the world map. Move the custom waymark. Back, let's go. Nice up. Yes. So
If
this
you're heading
is-
to the Blue Palace, you might want to rethink that outfit.
I'm a little busy at the moment.
Alright, so let's
You look like an
get-
adventurous one. I bet we're kindred spirits, you and I.
Yes, I'm sure. But I'm
Welcome
here
to
run
the
room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Gold.
I'll
And-
show you to your room. Right this way.
Right. I think one of the guys I
This one's a favorite of
sort of used to play
Legend we
games
all
with
know and love.
lives somewhere in
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Texas. He
If
might,
you need a good rumor or two.
or one of the other
I think I can oblige.
southern states. I know one person who was briefly in one of Delta's streams for Apex. Lives
A dragonborn comes
nearby, as
with a voice
nearby
wielding
Texas, but not in
power of the
Texas.
ancient Nord art. Believe that
It's never really something that comes up, at least for me, simply because
it's an
the
end to the evil of all Skyrim's
it's not something that I could
foes.
just take a little drive for and visit him. That would be
So exciting when new folk
at
come
least
into
like
town.
driving to
I bet
Illinois
you've
is
had plenty of adventures.
30 hours.
Let's get going. Go on ahead. I'll stand guard.
I'm gonna have you just stand right there and wait, because having somebody in full plate mail and a battle axe charge into an area while I'm trying to sneak around, do some slightly sketchy stuff is probably not good. And
So you what?
plus, you might not be willing to do some of this sketchy sneaking around stuff. So let's let you be, and definitely gonna, yep, discover the farm, walk down to the boats. I'm definitely going to be doing a bunch of work here at first, simply because there is a house that I am interested in purchasing, which is going to be my first house, but I am going to need quite a lot more gold. I think buying this house is either like about 8K. Yeah, the gentleman that I was sort of in this chat and I play a good amount with, he's from Oklahoma somewhere, and but Oklahoma and St. Louis are the two places I know my friends live in. And I only know he lives in St. Louis because they moved back from California, and because his wife got a job doing some research work at a company there, and he talked to his place, and they agreed to let him work remote, simply because it's a little hard to commute doing work from St. Louis to Stanford. How do I get to this lighthouse? I think I'm going the right route. Yes. This is the lighthouse. And start sneaking along. Pretty soon, now that I'm level 5, I should be running into somebody from the Dawn Guard, which are a group of vampire hunters, and they also have crossbows, which are quite nice. They are one of the more fun that was a lot easier than I thought. There were no guards. There were no one who had a problem with me just walking into the lighthouse and turning off the fire. Along, going down this one. Map. Move it. I'm gonna move over here. Yeah. Game too slow. I know I was talking to a guy at work, and I talked about this in my last stream, but he tried getting into Skyrim when it first came out, and got really frustrated due to the fact that he didn't realize there was fast travel, so he was running everywhere, and was about level 10, and just kept getting attacked and killed by dragons, because once you become the Dragonborn, you start having random events where dragons spawn in and attack you. And as such, he got frustrated, had the quit moment, and just left the game, and was talking to another person about it, and they're like, why didn't you just fast travel places? And he was like, fast travel? So, like, I don't think he's been back to Skyrim since it first came out, which is definitely something, but yeah, I can understand the fact that not having fast travel could make the game a lot more difficult, which is why I'm very glad not knowing about fast travel would definitely suck. And the fact that you can hire a carriage to go to some of the major capitals of these various holds do make some of the travel a lot easier. You still have to on foot hoof it until you buy a horse or steal a horse or find a horse in the middle of nowhere, which is probably why after I start on the quests that give us the ability to buy a house, and probably once I am allowed to buy a house here, depending on the cost of it, I might start doing the Dark Brotherhood quest line, which is the assassin line. Once you finish the last quest, you get like 20,000 gold, but there's also a...
We going?
Yes,
Lead the way.
Horse that you get, like, which is pretty much immortal, and you have the ability to summon it wherever, whenever, which is... Okay, he's outside. I didn't have to go back into Solitude. Which will make some of the just running around to various houses or places to make money a little more useful. I'm not jumping down, but let's just run along, find this person who had us do something slightly sketchy. And even though that it's like a 10-plus-year-old game, the graphics are still really reasonable. There are some games that after 10 years, you come back to it and the graphics, you definitely see, oh, this is definitely aged. So yeah, it's still a really pretty game, and the graphics are still really impressive.
The effects have already been felt.
Is nice.
The Ice Runner has failed to dock on time. Without the lighthouse, the Ice Runner will have swung wide of the western shoal and run aground on the eastern coast. My sister Dija will be at the wreck with our Black Blood marauders. She knows to expect you.
Most of the enemies that, like some like the wolves, are pretty much the only real ones that they share with Valheim. But where are we going? Ooh. That is. The Ice Runner. That is quite a fun one. Oh, we might end up
No
little
lollygagging.
swim. Yep, we are splash. Yeah, this. Yeah, Scott's pretty correct. There's not a lot of crossover with the types of enemies you get. Which there is quite chilly, but I'm hearing some clatter, chatter. Oh. Wonder if I can start that fire. Nope. Cannot. But if there's anything interesting to loot in this little camp, doesn't look like it. This place is sleep, but it's not at a point where we need to worry about sleeping.
It's a Nordic rune, thousands of years old.
Soul gem. And just stand by this brazier to warm up a little bit. Oh, I am warming up. Valheim does look fun, but it just falls into one of the games that it looks fun, but with there being so many ones that I have or want to play, I just I'm not willing to get into it, because I look at it, I'm like, yeah, I've got this, I got Skyrim, I've got all these other games, and I just can't see myself doing too much else in it, because I only so much time to play games, and I know I'm going to be playing other ones as well, so I definitely stay around for Delta's Valheim streams, and that sort of gets me the fix I need for it. But I watched a little bit of one of their first streams of Valheim, and it was quite good. It just, there's a little bit of an issue of, I'm in water, I'm very cold, yes, I'm freezing, and I'm taking a lot of health damage. That was not smart of me. Let's go over to restoration and do some healing. Abandoned shack. Okay, so I can't enter that abandoned shack, which is let's continue on here, taking a bit of a windy path, and way over, but I will definitely die for a 5th time if I spend too much time swimming in this freezing cold weather. I can just let my boots get wet here. This area doesn't seem to be too deep. Here's the shipwreck that we caused. That should be the person we're supposed to meet. Out of the water, out of the water.
You're the one who put out the fire in the lighthouse, right? That was good work. Deja's in the hold of the ship. Go down 2 levels. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Strawberry Oreos. That does sound good. There's a last time I went to a Korean, or it was more of a full-on Asian grocery store, but I picked up a bunch of various ramen packs.
My brother told me you were coming. I'm supposed to give you what you've earned.
Yes, just how do we
what do you
get down
need?
to you? How do I get down?
What do you need?
The one that I really enjoyed, the ramen, was a hot and sour soup, which I ended up having all 5 of them quite quickly, which is a shame because I'm now going to have to wait until I go back up to Calgary to get it. Where is...
Something?
Yes, I need to go talk to this person. Right here. Talk to Deja.
My brother told me you were coming. I'm supposed to give you what you've earned. Ha! I'm afraid the loot's already... Come here.
Everything off of you. And I'm going to take the light shield. And we're going to have to fight through this whole... Now let's check the bugs. Broken ore grotto. Yeah, we are going to slaughter everyone and then come back and show them why you don't betray some random, slightly sketchy dude you meet in a bar.
Is someone there? Thought I heard something.
You did.
Enough! This
Probably should have jumped me when I first came here instead of letting me get all the way down and then take a few people at a time. But that's a mistake you'll be able to do again. I am going to give you that axe. Alright, that's all the gear she can carry, so I'm going to
go.
Can't loot too much more. think there's a somewhat of a store like that near me. I know there's a there's more of a Middle Eastern store, and I checked it out a while back, but they didn't really have the biggest selection, which was a little disappointing, and I only ever really go near it when there was when I get wings. And yeah. I don't think I can see the person anymore, and it's not really worth fighting them anymore, so. Although you are definitely backing away now. Yeah, there they are. I have definitely been enjoying the farming sims as well. Those have been quite interesting to watch. Weapons. Alright, more of it still chill. That's probably because I'm no longer standing in a puddle of freezing water. But did you see a recipe for crusty? Over here. Hopefully not piss off the walruses. And which means I am going to set up a custom marker near Solitude and slowly make my way back over there. Smaller areas of water so I don't get too cold. There's a really good East Indian restaurant near my house that I, not on a totally regular basis, but on a slightly regular basis, will go get food from. One of the big things that I enjoy about that place is they allow you to do a combo, so you get pretty much just enough food for one person, and it's reasonably priced, about $50, and you get your choice between rice or naan, curry, gulab jamun, salad, and one other thing that I can't remember right now. And the thing that I enjoy about that place is their hours are reasonable. The other place that I had found that did this had very weird hours, were only open, they would be open at something like 6 or 4 in the afternoon, which is fine if they're just doing evening food, supper. But if it's noon, I'm kind of interested, and I'm kind of interested in some food. I can't get it from them, which I'm definitely very fatigued and that, so I'm going to boost my light arm. Now let's go over to sneak. Yeah, I've been doing a little sneaking. It would be nice to have that. And food. With that, so I'm now satisfied. Now I don't have to worry too much about food, but I definitely need to get somewhere warm soon. Yeah, I'm not sure what you missed either.
Let's
so
get going. What do you need to take?
Can't help you with that too much either, Krusty, sorry. But I am going to move down and get the salt pile. Definitely need to cook some more food. And one of the good things, it seems, you don't actually end up... Oh, yeah, there's a... I was talking about an East Indian place near my house, like 3 blocks away, which is always really nice if I want to get food. But they're, I like that place because they're open more than one of the other places in where I live. They are only open for dinner, which gets annoying at times. I think I can... pretty much bushwalking things right now, and nope, I don't. I can't get to Solitude from here, so... I'm not too sure what I would really consider to be my sort of favorite place. I do really enjoy myself a good bowl of ramen, so probably something like that. And there is a good, for the most part, place near the one real mall that my city has, which is, I'll go occasionally for ramen, which is dangerous, or maybe not as dangerous as I thought. But okay, good. I didn't freeze to death while walking along. Grinding stone, no place to fire axe, but no place to chop wood here by the looks of it, which is disappointing. Since it's not stealing to loot these barrels, I'm gonna do that. And grab all the leather strips. Here. I'm gonna use this chopping block to get some firewood because this will allow me to pick up and build a camping supplies. So I don't have to worry as much about finding random bedrolls or making it back to town in the middle of the night or whatnot. So that was very helpful. Yes, down the sawmill and probably cut some stuff up. Foggy, yeah, it's fog's pulling in from the area. Nighttime's falling, getting nice and spooky. I might one of these days end up doing, instead of sleeping through the night, actually go out and try to do some exploring at nighttime just to look at the nighttime mod that I downloaded. But not tonight, because I am fatigued. Or at least a gentleman here is.
Being old's not so bad. Good. I'm too old to work, but that don't make me too old to drink.
I think you can only be too young to drink.
Welcome to the Winking Skeever, friend. Are you joking? You just rented a room for me.
Alright.
Remember the Winking Skeever next time footsore.
I tell you, the dragonborn comes.
Oh, and I still have your room. Thought it had been mostly a full
of the
day.
ancient Nord art. Believe, the dragonborn comes. It's an end to the evil.
I don't have to do another 10 gold. Wait for another nice long 12 hours. I definitely have some plans to Winking Skeever, basically the Winking Rat. That's the name of this tavern. And have some fish, salmon, just some basic ale.
Born comes.
I wish only to graduate and enroll with the Legion. My drums will lead our troops to victory.
You'll know the
True.
And explore here a little bit.
I'm a little busy at the moment. I've got all sorts of errands to run.
You are looking suspicious, but I'm not okay. This person will open up.
Fletching suits me.
Yep,
It's difficult and sometimes tedious, but a well-made arrow strikes.
This place, which
if you're looking for potions, you should talk to my aunt, Angeline Mar. You were there for Rogvir's execution. People to see and places to go.
I ran into the tavern and...
You look like an adventurous one. I bet we're kindred spirits, you and I.
No, but that it would be a good name for some sort of tavern or place. Probably somewhere in Canada.
Viren said you trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
I want to see if there's something that'll boost my warmth rating. Right, yes, I'm keeping that because of the enchantment for more carrying capacity, which the 2 armor rating isn't that much of a worry.
Come back to bits and pieces anytime.
Where's my companion? Are you outside? Are you standing around doing nothing? You get...
Citizen?
The Divines saved me from the streets, and they can save you from
Did
your
I
trials
lose
as
my
well.
companion? Go upstairs, see if you're still...
Our hero claims a warrior's heart. I tell you, the dragonborn comes.
Right, you are...
With a voice wielding power of the ancient Nord art.
Fine then, be that way.
Believe, the dragonborn
I'm sure
comes.
I'll either find your body or find you later. Looks to be bugged out, so I will...
May the Divines guide and keep you.
Deal with you later. But...
Fresh fish, straight from the fjord.
On here.
You help me. You help people, right? That's what you do.
Yes.
Please, take pity. Oh, thank you.
You were just
Divines bless your kind heart.
You need.
My master has abandoned me, abandoned his people, and nothing I say can change his mind. Now he refuses to even see me. He says I interrupt his vacation. It's been so many years. Won't you please help?
Sure, how can I find your master?
Last I saw him, he was visiting a friend in the Blue Palace. But no one as mundane as a Jarl. No, such people are below him. No, he went into the forbidden wing of the palace to speak with an old friend. Said it had been ages since they had last had tea. Oh, and you'll need the hip bone. It's very important. No entering Pelagius's wing without that.
Alright, that is... Okay. Ah, there you are. Finally I found
We've
you.
stopped.
Good.
What is it?
And I was just given some random person's hip bone, which is a little
What do you need to take?
Everything from you, pretty much. I'll let you keep your key, and steal battle axe, but everything else, looting off your, maybe not corpse, but
lead on then.
Yes, good old Hawaiian. Using stamina.
Let's get going.
So I'm gonna retrade
What do you need to
some
take?
things to you, and once we get closer into the shop, then I'm going to take everything back. Yeah, it's probably for a quest to one of the Daedric
lead on then
quests, which just the name of it, the Mind of Madness, yeah, that definitely sort of sounds like a quest that involves one of the Daedric princes, which is something don't think I played that one before, so I will probably check it out.
What do you need to take?
Plus, it might be... Y'all might be happy that I dealt with a infestation in his house that he might be like, yeah,
lead on.
That's all good.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what
definitely
you're looking
for
If not, let me know. I might have it stored away. Biren said you got here trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
So, I'm not too sure what this is. This is definitely something that was added from one of my various mods, but I think it's a separate type of
a bit
soul
of this
stone.
and a bit of that.
Yeah, there are multiple Daedric quests that you can get. The one that I definitely did, because I was always more of a stealth dagger person, was the one for the razor. And yes, I am definitely a loot goblin since I have somebody to carry stuff around, and that allows me to be a
Come back
loot
to
goblin.
bits and pieces anytime.
But in normal Skyrim, I'm even more of a loot goblin. Yeah, there are multiple Daedric, which are sort of like the devils, and they have different
coin or two for a veteran. It's not much to
quest
ask.
lines that you can go, and they all reward various different things. And this is probably for the one that is the Mad Prince. But blacksmith.
Seems there's no end to the needs of the Imperial. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Alright, so I'm definitely picking up some various different armors. Yeah, I want steel pavement. Good night, Delta Creator. Thanks for sticking around for as long as you did. I'm probably going to be ending mine as well. This in a little bit. Yeah, this is the camping site. This allows me to build a site outdoors. Hopefully this isn't a one and done thing. And then promptly go over to the grindstone. That. Alright, so I can't enhance my bow simply because it's enchanted and I need to increase one of my skills for that. But that will be
Aye, now
for
that's
later.
some fine armor. Good old-fashioned steel.
Indeed, no one can go wrong with some steel armor. But I think this is into the blue keep. I want to say yes. This should take me to the Blue Palace, which is the keep of the city, and should allow me to talk to somebody about picking up bounties. I'm going to head this way into the Blue Keep.
Unless we have specific business, I'm not interested.
Blue Palace is
Proud Spire Manor. Now there's a fine home. Up for sale too. If you're interested, talk to the steward in the keep.
Proudspire Manor. That is going to be the one that I am looking to buy first, but good to have you as well. Scott, I hope you have a good night. Over here is...
Watch your feet. We just cleaned there.
Now that I'm in this place, I'm gonna unselect this quest and try to walk around, try to find the steward so that I can... Or one of them.
Please, don't interrupt the court.
Unnatural magics are coming from that cave. There are strange noises and lights. We need someone to investigate.
Then we will immediately...
The Imperials are good for business. I'm a Thane.
In
the future,
Your Eminence, my scrying is suggesting
gain
nothing
that
in the area.
information
Dragonbridge is
before
under
talking
Imperial
with
control.
someone.
This is likely
Risk of
superstitious
looking like
nonsense.
an idiot and all
Perhaps
that. I
a
must
more
return to the court.
tempered
I
reaction
simply can't make
might
do
be
without
called for.
me.
Oh, yes, of course, you were right. Falk, tell Captain Aldous I said to assign a few extra soldiers to Dragonbridge.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. But about the cave?
I will have someone take care of the cave as well, Varnius.
There are times like that as well,
You're
Scott, for
dismissed.
me. I'll wait for this little... Or maybe I can talk to you now.
I am the Jarl's steward. If you have court business to tend to, you talk to me. You mean the Dragon Bridge issue? I'll be honest with you. I was planning to let that go. Varnius is a bit jumpy at the best of times. There have been reports of weird happenings near Wolfskull Cave. Travelers disappearing, odd lights. I suspect wild animals, or perhaps bandits. I don't think it's worth our time with the war going on.
Disappearing. It was probably just
But
animals.
if you want to
But
clear
weird
out the
lights?
cave, I'll make sure you're repaid for your work.
Or likely bandits.
Feel
but
free to return to me with questions. The Blue
Clear out
Palace is an
Wolfskull.
open forum.
Banner. That I am definitely going to call it here. That stow our weapons. But it was good hanging out with you all. Anyone who's watching after the fact, thank you. If you like what you saw, feel free to leave a like and a comment. I definitely make sure to respond to every comment on that are left. And if you want to see more, make sure to hit the subscribe. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you all Wednesday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I will almost certainly be playing Skyrim again. Normally Wednesdays will be the First Descendant, a new free-to-play looter shooter on the lines of like Warframe, but since it will be coming out on July 2nd, the Tuesday before Wednesday, I will most likely be letting the servers have a time to deal with all the stresses before doing any streams for that. So, see you then.